people, we love to make things. To do it yourself. To DIY. In the attic, the basement, the backyard, and in front of a camera. And those camera DIYers, they've got something you'll like. From the TV studio to the studio apartment, they're making something up just for you.
Rolls down.
It's That DIY Show. Today,
It's picture perfect. Pre-drilled?
Alex Hayter builds us a picture-perfect bath tray, and Viewer's Choice has some palatable ideas.
There's a million different things you can do with these.
Take a regular box and turn it into a super secure safe. Well, go ahead and give these nails a guillotine treatment. Cut off their heads. I need to glue them together to make tiny little tunnels.
A solo upcycling experiment, the hive mind has a tasty way to store your bolts, and we go behind the scenes with a magical t-shirt printer.
I run backstage printing, and I'm a screen printing wizard. We have my alchemy table. Here's the printing press that I use to print the shirts. And then we have this. Actually, don't worry about that one.
A screen printing wizard, a sneaky secret box build, and more. But first, we're off to the loft on That DIY Show.
Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Hayter. I'm taking old pieces of my medicine cabinet and turning it into something cozy that everybody needs in their home. A bathtub tray. This will hold everything you need to have a relaxing bath, coffee, tea, wine, snacks, your book. I got it covered. Got your back. Now, I know this doesn't look like much, but once I started ripping apart the medicine cabinet, I realized that this is some really good pine. It has a cutaway paint on it, a couple of scratches, but with some work and a little bit of love, I'm going to make this project awesome. Let's get started. The pine, that's easy. I just got to rip it down to a bunch of 1.5-inch pieces. And the white paint, I'm going to be taking care of that with a sander. Voila! I've got everything ready to go here. I have to attach these cleats to the tray. And I've made some marks where I can pre-drill, and I also have made these spacers so everything will be evenly spaced apart. The cleats are about 4 inches on either side, so it will fit either a left or right hand tub. Okay, it's time to start pre-drilling. Pre-drilled. I'm just gonna keep on doing this right until the end. Go from left to right. Pre-drill screw, move my spacers up. Sweet. And we will be done in no time at all. All right, the big reveal. Look at that. I can already visualize myself in the tub right now. But we're gonna add a book stand, and we're going to add a wine glass holder to make this thing even better. For the book holder, more assembly, more marks, and more spacers. Let's get pre-drilling. Okay, let's get the first screw in there to hold this together. This is it. Book holder is complete. Bad flip. I'm gonna move the bath tray over the edge of the table so that I can screw up here. Got it marked in the middle. We're gonna clamp it. The cutest clamp of all time. Oh my goodness, this clamp is not... Okay, we're good. I'm gonna pre-drill 2 holes on either side. 2. So I placed these screws very carefully so that I didn't have any screw collisions with these screws here. So I just have 2, and that'll hold the book tray in place. All right, check it out. Beautiful. We got this piece of wood with a rebate so that all you have to do, place it down, and it will hold your book in place. you can read away all day in the tub. My wine glass holder, I've already got everything marked, pre-drilled, so now I'm just gonna drive some screws. All right, I gotta be careful because if I have too much pressure, I'm gonna flip the whole thing. Ha! Wine glass holder. My wine glass. Obviously, you're gonna put wine in it. Just gonna test. Nice and snug. No spilling action, that's always key. And you're ready for the tub? Almost ready for the tub. I've got some poly, so this is really nice and easy to apply. It's not going to change the look, but it's just going to protect it. Gloves, definitely. Get them on right. Make sure you read the can. This one says to use in a well-ventilated area, so we're good. Keep that in mind, always. It's just got a potent smell. This isn't all just for looks, it is for protection, so it lasts for a long time. You wanna make sure that you get in all the crevices and all the areas that you don't see. And you can see it's not making too much of a difference. Darkening the wood up just a little bit, but it still looks pretty much the same. Don't wear nice clothes while you do this either. Hopefully I'm not getting any on my shirt. And you want to get underneath. All right. I love the way this turned out. I love the poly finish because no matter what decorations you have in your bathroom, this is going to match everything. The poly finish just looks fantastic. The wine holder, that's a must. I love the book holder as well. I personally love reading in the tub. Also, the pine, very easily accessible for anybody. And it was fairly easy to make. You don't have to be a master craftsman to make this. Anyone can pretty much build this project. A beautiful new bathtub tray made of upcycled materials. It's picture perfect.
We've got hands and we've got plans. What more do you need? It's That DIY Show. From bright ideas all the way to dark workshops. It's That DIY Show. Ready transmission.
A top secret box?
Hi, everyone. Today, I have a top secret project for you. A shouldn't even be telling you this. I could get in a lot of trouble. Will you promise that you won't tell anyone? Okay, I'm gonna show you how to take a regular box and turn it into a super secure safe that no one will be able to break into. Dang, I wish I would have had one of these when I was little so my stupid little brother wouldn't read my diary.
I'm telling Mom.
With some hardwood and some common nails, we're gonna turn up the security on this average cigar box. Let's do it. Well, go ahead and give these nails a guillotine treatment. Cut off their heads. All we're gonna need are some clamps, gloves, shield, and a grinder.
Oh yeah, and a file.
I'm filing these down so there's no little pieces or burrs. For the locking mechanism, I need 4 nails. And I cut 1, 2, 3, 4. Way too many nails. First, we'll work this piece of walnut into tiny locking mechanisms. I'm going to make some grooves in the side that will be my barrels for the barrel lock. Ah, smells so good. And I also did a really good job making these. Tonight on the 5 o'clock news, we have Chop Saw. Please state your name and spell it for me.
Killed me. Why did you give me a brain?
Thank you very much. Before I chop these into 3 pieces, I need to glue them together to make tiny little tunnels. I'm gonna measure 3 inches on both sides. And while we wait, I'll tell some jokes. How does a scientist freshen her breath? Experiment! What building in New York City has the most stories? The public library! How do we know the ocean is friendly? It waves!
I don't get it. Ow. Why? Stop. Ow.
First, I have to cut off the top and the bottom. Cool. See these cute little nails? They've got to come out. I'm going to temporarily tape on my lid. So we are going to start by putting nails in each of the longer pieces. The 4 longer pieces will be pushed out to the corners and glued onto the box itself. I'm using a popsicle stick as a spacer. The shorter pieces will be glued in between those, and those will be glued to the top of the box. Now, I glue the bottom on. Glue's drying, which means it's joke time! How do you make a Kleenex dance? Put a little boogie in it! How does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it! No? Anyone? It's finished! It won't open because the nails have spanned the little gaps that I put in, so I can't open up the top of the box. Now, time for my secret move. We will use centrifugal force to open the box by spinning it around. Now it's time to fill the box with top secret messages. My favorite pet's name, the combination to my bank account, the combination to my little brother's bank account. He doesn't actually know it. My real name. The truth about the moon landing. It happened. We just had to reshoot it, people. Locked. Yeah, can't get it up. Fuck. Well, see you later.
Everyone can create, but we can all use a little bit of inspiration. It's That DIY Show.
Hey, Viewer's Choice, I found this old pallet in my backyard and I was thinking about upcycling it into something for my kitchen. Do you guys have any cool ideas?
Found a palette, did you? I found one too. There's a million different things you can do with these. The hardest part is finding the right project for you. None of those are really that good for your kitchen though, so how about a pallet shelf that can hold all sorts of things like oil and vinegar and spices and all that good stuff. Other than the pallet, all we need is a recip saw because it handles the nails with ease and lets us take it apart easily, some wood screws to put it all back together, and then some sandpaper, stain, maybe even some paint to make it look pretty. All right, first step, clamping and cutting. Recip saws aren't always known for the cleanest cuts, but if you clamp your board down and you take your time, you can get a really nice cut with them. All right, we can get rid of this piece. So this is gonna be our shelf, but before the rest of that pallet becomes firewood, I need to steal one more board off of it. I guess I could have done this a minute ago when I had this on the table still, but I'm done with this pallet now, so I can get rid of it because I got my board. Now this board will go here. Not much of a shelf without a bottom. All right, it's time to paint. Painting, 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 painting. Red, 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 red. Fire truck red. Wee-oo, wee-oo. That's more of the French fire truck siren. That was slick. I am on fire. And I'm done. Gotta set it aside and let it dry for a moment. The paint's dry, and although we just put some paint on, our next step is sanding. That might seem counterintuitive because we just put this coat of paint on. We're just gonna graze the sander along the top and take off a little bit of paint. It's gonna give it a nice weathered or rustic look, which goes with the palette. Let's do it. I really like what's happening here. Just like nicking the edges and getting the high spots of the wood. It's just taking the paint off. It really makes it look a lot older than it is. I'm really glad I painted this thing red. It looks great. And I'm really glad I sanded off some of the paint because now it kind of looks like this palette was just red to begin with and we just built a shelf out of it. This thing is perfect to hang really close to your stove. And you can fill it up with cooking oils and vinegars and even wines, everything you use right at the stove, so you can just reach over, grab it, put it in the pan, and put it back, keeps them all in one place. I can't wait to hang this thing in my kitchen. I think it's gonna look really nice. Now, I have this great workshop with everything I need, but you don't need all of that to do a project like this at home. All you need is a little bit of creativity. So if you're looking for inspiration for a project, track down the Viewer's Choice team on the streets and submit your question. I'm always happy to help out.
Around the world and right around the corner, DIYers and master crafters have something to show and a story to tell.
I'm Nick Greeno. I run Backstage Printing, and I'm a screen printing wizard. The whole process of screen printing is pretty magical. You're using a squeegee to force ink through a mesh that you've strategically blocked the holes in so that when it goes through, you print the design that you want. The direct-to-garment print usually lasts for 50 washes, whereas a screen printing will last 1,000 or more washes. So you get a longer lasting product, better detail, what's called hand feel, so that's the feeling of the print on the garment. Frankly, it's spellbinding. About 10 years ago, I was living with a friend of mine. We were in engineering school. We were having some beers and lamenting over the cost of pub crawl shirts. And as every young, headstrong engineer thinks, we can do this better. So I went to my dad's house and built a bunch of equipment to get us started. We went to Desairs and got a screen printing kit. And then we went to the dollar store and bought every single t-shirt that they had on the racks. And then we started advertising to our friends that we were doing pub crawls. It just kind of spiraled from there into a business. Whenever I'm working with somebody, I really like to get to know them and figure out what drives them so I can take their personality and I can weave that into the shirt so that their style shines through the products that we're creating together. So do you want to see how it's done? Over here, we have my alchemy table where I do all my potion mixing. I can make any color I need for my print jobs. Here's the printing press that I use to print the shirts. This is left over from a staff party, so let me get that out of the way. Over here we have my display rack for showing all of the shirt options that I have. And we have this. Actually, don't worry about that one. Once you've manifested your vision, I'll capture the image using UV light onto a screen. And we're going to take our screen over to the washout booth to reveal the design. Then we'll mix up a magical ink. All right, so now we're going to take our screen of that printing onto the shirt. And I'm going to stick it on my platen, grab our ink, and we'll just pour that on top of the image. We're going to open the shirt up, put it on the platen. We're going to flood the screen. This loads the screen with a little bit of ink, so when we put it down, it's going to come out real nice. Now with the discharge, it's not going to look very bright right now, but once I put it under the heat, that's going to bleach the fabric and then repigment it with the gold ink, and then it should really pop. There you go, your new favorite t-shirt. It matters less to me how you want to express yourself and more that I can help you to get to wherever you want to be. Instead of just a plain white print on a black shirt, we can do all kinds of crazy colors and make it UV and really vibrant and really let the garment speak for itself. I like to wear weird, wild clothes and really express myself in that manner. It makes people happy to see that, and then when they think of their merch, it's like, oh yeah, this came from that wizard guy. It's not just about dressing like a wizard or any particular thing. I want people to express themselves in however they feel. When people are expressing themselves and having a good time, it'll spread from person to person, and eventually we'll all be a better society and better for it.